So welcome back, and today I'm going to show you how I do my multi-time frame analysis to frame up my trades. So multi-time frame analysis is a really simple concept, and it's a really simple thing to do once you know how. So my multi-time frame analysis, what I do is I look at the daily, I look at the 4 hour, and I also look at the 15 minute. So for me personally, as I trade intraday, these are my three most important time frames to look at when I'm framing up my trades. And these are the only time frames that I look at to do my multi-time frame analysis. So jumping onto the charts now, what I will do is I will show you how I do this from start to finish. So as you can see here, we are starting on the daily. So what you want to do is you want to start on your highest time frame. You never want to start on the 15 minute and then move to the 4 hour and then move to the daily. You want to start on the daily, move to the 4 hour and then down to the 15 minute. So as you can see, what you want to do is you want to zoom out first of all and just see kind of what direction we are moving in. So as you can see on the daily, we are very heavily bearish, so that's all you need to know at that point. And then what I do is I look for my most recent break of structure. So as you can see, it will be this break to the downside right here. So we had a bearish break down here, and this is the last break of structure. So what you would do now is I would put on my premium and discount tool. So that would be my premium discount. Then I would look for any supply zones within, the premium. So what we would do is I could mark out this supply zone right here, which would be the extreme. You would then mark out maybe this one here. So what this one has done is it's broken structure. It's also a flip zone. It's taken liquidity. So that's a valid supply zone right there. This supply zone right here is also a flip zone, and it also, led to a break of structure. So that's what I would do to start off with my supply and demand zones. And as you can see here on the daily, we are currently within a complex pullback on the daily time frame. So what's happening is we are pulling back and we are expecting price, to come somewhere within the premium before continuing with expectational order flow to the downside. So if I just change that, this is kind of what we are looking for on the daily. So we're looking, maybe it might come into this supply zone. It could come up further into this one, and it could come up into the extreme before continuing to the downside. And that's the expectation overall of the daily time frame. So what we're looking for now is obviously on the lower time frame, we will be able to get involved in trades that are counter trend to the daily in order to take price up into the premium. So what I would do then is I would obviously just delete this because obviously we've marked out the supply zones that we've got right here. What I would do then is I would drop down onto a 4 hour time frame. Bearing in mind that we are bearish on the daily and we are also within a daily pullback. What you're seeing here is we are within this pullback leg. What's happened now is we broke structure to the downside, we broke structure to the upside, broke again, then we broke to the downside, and then we broke to the upside. So as you can see at the moment, we are currently bullish on the 4 hour. So if I just mark that out, so this will be our high, and then the high gets taken. And then as you can see, we've come down, we've tapped into, this demand zone right here, some sort of demand around here. You could probably drop to a lower time frame and refine this to, a little bit of a cleaner demand zone. But, the overall idea is that we are bullish, we are in a daily pullback, we've tapped into demand, and it now looks like we are continuing to the upside. So what's happened then is we've come down into demand, we've then had a bullish change of character on the 4 hour. So what this is telling me is that prices are likely to, come a little bit higher, at least into the premium of the daily leg. What we've done then is we've come back down, we've tapped into this demand, and now we are seeing a reaction. So for me personally, what I'm expecting to happen is I'm expecting price to continue, somewhere up into the premium of the daily leg before continuing to the downside. And the overall expectation of the 4 hour, is for this 4 hour to continue to the upside and break this structure right here, which is weak because it failed to put in a new low and it failed to break this low specifically right here, which is our swing low on the 4 hour. So what we know so far on the daily, we are bearish, so we are overall bearish on the daily. On the 4 hour, we are currently within a daily pullback, which means at the moment we are bullish. As you can see, we're in a kind of messy range. So what we can do now is we can drop down to the 15 minute and just try and make more sense of this. So dropping down onto the 15 minute now, as you can see, this is the 4 hour demand zone that we've tapped in. You could get involved in some trades right here on the 15 minute. We've had a 15-minute bullish change of character, and we are now respecting demand ranges following price up to the upside. So currently on the 15-minute, what's happening? All what you need to do is zoom out and then just mark up your 15-minute structure. So what's happened here is we've had a break to the downside, we've had a break to the upside. So currently on the 15-minute, actually we had a pullback right here, and then we went to the upside, so we've had a break. So this would be our most recent break on the 15-minute. And now what we are doing is we are coming towards some supply zones right here. So this would be a nice supply zone to look at, to look for sells. As you can see now, we have just made some sort of inducement below, which could be, used as liquidity in order to fuel prices to the downside. But this is where your higher time frame narrative comes in, because as you can see currently on the 15-minute we are bearish. So overall on the daily we are bearish, the 4-hour we are bullish, and on the 15-minute we are also bearish. So what you want to note down is obviously on the daily we are within a daily pullback, and we are also expecting price to come somewhere within the premium in order to tap into a daily supply zone before continuing daily expectational order flow. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind when you are taking trades on the 15-minute short term. So what you'll see is that if we come up here, what you want to do is you want to be taking trades. Maybe you could take a trade short term, but you don't want to be taking trades like some sort of like this. So you don't want to be targeting these lows right here, because the chances are that price will be pushed to the upside and you'll be taken out if you are trying to swing and take out these sort of lows right here. So overall, from our analysis and what we find out is that we are in a daily pullback. Prices are likely to come higher, but it is also valid to take shorts from this supply zone right here, but it's also valid to take longs towards the daily supply. So if we just come back out to the 4-hour and we just play price forward and just see what happens a little bit here. So if we play price forward, what you'll see is that price does continue and it does tap into our daily supply right here. And this is where you might want to now start looking for trades in order to take out this week daily low right here. So let's just see what happens. If we place price forward, as you can see, once it taps into this daily supply, it does come all the way down and it does eventually take out this week daily low. So overall, our higher time frame narrative was correct. What's happened is we were in a daily pullback, as you can see here on the 4-hour. We was in a daily pullback. As you can see, I marked out this supply zone right here on the daily. So if I just jump up to the daily, what you'll see is we've got this daily supply right here. As you can see, we come down. This low right here fails to take out this high, so in theory this low is weak. We tap into a daily supply zone and then we come and take out this week daily low right here. So that was the overall narrative. If we go back and we see what I said, I said we could come up into the supply and then we could continue, or we could come up into this supply or this supply right here. You don't actually know what supply you're going to come into, but this is where other confluences and things like that come in, and you can also find videos on them on my channel. So this is how I go ahead and I start my trading day, and this is how I go ahead and find out my higher time frame narrative. Really simple stuff, but if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.